What are some things in comedy that are similar to that, you would think?
Well, you got your like airplane peanuts, or men and women are different, or we have those hacky kind of
standard issue.
Yeah, priest will fuck you, the kid fuck kids or whatever.
Fruit.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. And running the light is really bad. If you get lit at a comedy club, that means you have a minute left. So some guys do another 6 minutes, and like it fucks over the other comics. It ruins the show rhythm. So there's all kinds of etiquette things in comedy that you got to abide by.
Yeah.
When you're at a comedy club, like say, like on Sunset or something, like, is there what's an average time that you're up there?
15 minutes is probably the standard.
15
minutes.
minutes.
Sometimes a guy like a Seinfeld will pop in, so you get lowered down to 8, because the show typically runs an hour and a half. That seems to be the weird amount of sitting people can handle before they get just restless.
Okay.
So yeah, show's about an hour and a half. Then that's a showcase show where you have a host and like 5 comics. And then you have the headlining stuff, which is where you go see Chris Rock and he has an opener.
Right.
And he does an hour and the opener does 20 or whatever.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you did a Netflix thing, but it wasn't was it a special?
It was they do a thing called the half hours or the stand-ups.
Okay, yeah.
And it's kind of like get your foot in the door, and then maybe you can do an hour later. Oh. So I did the half, so we're...
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
There you go.
But now I got to build an hour material, just in case.
I was going to say, even 15 minutes, is that hard to build?
Oh, especially for me, just because those jokes, each joke lasts 14 seconds.
I was going to
based on how you spit them out, yeah.
Yeah. So like a Hedberg guys like that, it's just once that's 11 seconds, what else you got? You got to fill more time. And so it takes forever to craft, because even if you write a joke, you want to edit a lot of it and cut the fat so it's less boring.
Right.
You don't need all these extra words. So that whittles you down even more. So a full set, takes sometimes like these albums, a lot of these albums, like why Chris Rock's first album, Killed Him Softly, Chappelle's, like the first one takes 10 years. Because not only are you learning comedy, but you're just doing the best of the best, and that will really, really whittle you down.
Yeah.
But then you get better and better, and then you can do like a special every 2 years, because now you know how to do comedy more and know how to produce new material.
And remembering all that material, so the way you do it, it's like, fuck. But I know you have I'm sure there's like a strategic way of like the setup where you're kind of,
right.
You set yourself up for the next joke.
Yes, exactly. You transition, and you wrote it, so it means something to you. So you're not going to forget it. Like, you meet somebody with 9 kids, you're like, how the fuck do you remember all these kids' names? Because they're your kids. They're yours.
They've got a teleprompter.
Right, right.
Do you have a teleprompter, like in any way of like what joke is next, or do you just remember?
Only on TV they give you that.
Oh, okay.
Just because they don't want to fuck you in front of a million people, So they put like bicycle, dog whistle, whatever your jokes are. They put you a bullet point.
Really?
But at a club, it's all you.
So the teleprompter, you tell them, hey, I'm going to do, what on a late show, what do you got, like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
So you tell them 15 jokes.
Yep.
They're going to
bullet point.
listing them off.
Yeah. And it just kind of starts scrolling as you go.
Does that help or does that not help?
It does, because usually I know it so well because I'm on TV, so I really prepare. But sometimes you get that brain fart and you just, I don't know what the fuck is next. Oh, thank God, bananas. Oh, all right, holy shit. There's a famous story of Sebastian Maniscalco, one of the biggest comics in the world.
Funny.
Very
really
funny. And he goes on the Tonight Show, and this is, 6 years ago. So he was big, but he wasn't where he is now. And he just blanks and forgets. He does the first joke, and then just it all goes out. Oh, and he does a whole like, I don't know what's next. And his whole family's there, and he's got a suit on. It's 30 Rock. It's Fallon, and he's like, this is embarrassing. Wow, I never thought this would happen. And it's like a minute of that, and then he just remembers it, and then he does it, and they edit it, and it looks great.
Oh, wow.
So no one really got.
They edited it. Okay.
But he said he walked off like, my career's over. I blew it.
it.
But the power of editing. I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell that story. But
well, 6 years ago.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
We all know they edit those
He was
shows.
supposed to be where he's at right now. Come on now. That's not going to ruin anything.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
That dude's a legend. I think a lot of it, his delivery
is
so good.
Yeah. And he says a lot of stuff we're all thinking. Like, you go to the airport, people are wearing sweatpants and they're fat and all that, and you're like, shit, I was thinking that, You said it, I was thinking it, but I just saw him at Madison Square Garden, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really great.
One of his shows.
Really great.
Peacock.
Yeah.
He's talking about there's a peacock on a plane.
Especially in a time where we're just like, Ukraine, political, left, right, whatever. You know, it's like he's talking about the mall and, you know, breakfast. And you're like, this is easy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of, what's the point of going political?
I know. I'm with you.
Yeah.
The easy
There's
kind
certain
of-
shows for that. Bill
Yeah.
Maher.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
And I like that too. I like Bill Maher.
Yeah.
So do I.
For sure.
Big fan, actually.
But he's like, this is my thing, and I'm going all in.
Right.
You know, whereas you don't want to go see some rando at a club, and you're like, all right, we get it. You're against racism. What a take. You know, hot take. You know, these people use stand-up as their weird little soapbox. You're like, you got to mick with the yucks, too, there, fatty. Let's get some zingers in here.
Sure.
Imagine if a guy was skateboarding, and you're like, I'm not going to jump down these stairs today. I'm going to talk to you guys about homophobia. And you're like, you're a skateboarder. You got to do the tricks.
No doubt.
All right. Sorry. Getting too real.
Where's that like button? Right? Is it right here or right here?
Just a little scroll coming down the bottom.
It's
Subscribe.
over to it's on your
It's on my
left.
right? It's on
No,
my
on your
left.
left.
Hey,
Yeah.
hit
Right
that
there.
button right there.
Right there.
Right there.
The like button's kind of like in the middle there. It's like we're kind of like
it's like right here?
Kind of.
Like right
and
there?
The subscribe's like over to the left.
It's like right over there. All right.